man. Salute, salute, salute. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. All right. It's cold out, man. Let me cover my goddamn head. Pause. You know what I'm saying? It's been raining like a lot here in Jamaica. So let me cover my bald head and protect my goddamn immune system from all of this night here and whatever. Because this stuff will get you sick. Now, ladies and gentlemen, salute. Good night to you. This story is definitely viral. The Nepa situation and Mr. Unprecedented, Andrew Holness. I got a couple questions. I really do. But before I do that, I want to encourage y'all to make sure y'all subscribe to all of my platforms. Subscribe to BOLO V&R, BOLO V&R 2.0, and BOLO V&R Clips. Those are all of my platforms. I need to get to 1,000 subs on BOLO V&R. My birth month is coming up. Is December, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure y'all turn me up. Go and subscribe to all of my platforms. We need to get to over 10,000 subs before the year is done on this platform, BOLO V&R 2.0. I need to get to 5,000 subs on BOLO V&R, and I need to get to 1,000 subs at least 1,500, 2,000, the most. And if you pass that, God bless y'all. But we want to get monetized over by BOLO V&R Clips. So go ahead and sub up to BOLO V&R Clips, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much. Now, let's talk about Nepa. Let's talk about Nepa, ladies and gentlemen. I am floored. I cannot believe, just off a little bit of research that I did, what is actually going on with this situation, right? It is alarming the level of corruption that is going on in the office of the prime minister. It's truly alarming. And when you look at all of the things that is going on in the prime minister's office, you got to ask yourself, what is the commonality between everything, right? In that situation, the common denominator is the prime minister. This man is under investigation for illicit enrichment. Him and seven other, for now, of his parliament is under investigation for illicit enrichment. Right now, NEPA is the National Environment and Planning Agency. National Environment and Planning Agency in Jamaica, right? So they're supposed to protect us by protecting the environment, correct? This is the mandate of the National Environment Planning Agency. Now, let me go to the news clip of what is going on with NEPA. Very interesting. Listen to this. Welcome back to Primetime News. And a special welcome once again to our viewers on TVJ International in the Cayman Islands and online at onespotmedia.com. Up first this evening, a sellout. That's how the National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA, is being described this evening for dropping charges, criminal charges, against Trade Winds Citrus after the company spilled oil in the Rio Cobre. The surprising twist unfolded at the Spanish Town Parish Court today after NEPA served an enforcement notice and promised to take legal action against the company. Andrea Chisholm has details. Before we go into the details, ladies and gentlemen, we got 7 people watching at right now. All I ask you to do is tap the screen 2 times like TikTok and hit the like button. Let's continue. This was the Rio Cobra in December 2023, following an oil spill by Trade Winds Citrus Limited. After being charged for breaches of the Wildlife Protection Act, NEPA was given a fiat to prosecute the case. There were several court appearances. Then this bombshell on Wednesday, NEPA and Trade Winds reached an agreement through mediation. The judge asked to see the mediation agreement. And NEPA informed the judge in open court that the agreement was confidential and the judge could not see it. At which point the judge got very upset and said, well, this is a criminal matter, one of immense public interest. How can it be that a private agreement is reached and no one, including the court, can see? The judge said to the NEPA lawyer,
Make up your mind, are you prosecuting or not?
Marcus Goff, the attorney for Friends of the Rio Cobra, told TVJ News what was said in court.
The prosecutor from Nepa said that she's withdrawing all charges. Huh? And so the charges were dropped, and that's the end of the criminal case. And so to withdraw that serious criminal charge without any reason being given, any knowledge of the terms of the agreement, how can the court or the public be assured that justice has been served? We feel it's a sellout and something that Nepa should not be allowed to do or to get away with.
Kestenard Gordon indicated both Tradewinds and Nepa objected to the group's participation in mediation, which was not ordered by the court. But having learnt about the matter, an $11 million compensation request was submitted for licensed fisherfolk in September. There was no response from Tradewinds until Tuesday, the day before court.
To tell me that he objects to the value of the compensation. And he never killed any fish. And therefore, he's not supposed to be paying so much money.
For the July 2022 Rio Cobra fish kill, fishers got $16 million from government. Will they be compensated for the December 2023 incident involving Tradewinds? And did it form part of the private mediation agreement?
We asked the Nepa lawyer and we were told no, because she was told, she says, she was told internally at Nepa that there was a separate agreement with the fisherfolk, which of course is totally untrue.
Mr. Goff now wants the office of the DPP to review the matter and for Nepa's actions to be properly scrutinized. Nepa said the December 2023 oil spill in the Rio Cobra was due to a malfunctioning boiler from the old Jamaica beverage plant operated by Tradewinds Citrus. The state entity promised to provide a response to the developments. Andrea Chisholm, TVJ News.
Okay. Wow. So they were taken to court because of an oil spill. There's a secret agreement that went down. A secret agreement that the court itself cannot be privy to. This is a public matter, right? That affects everybody it's the environment. It affects everybody. That is shady as hell. That is shady as hell, ladies and gentlemen. And the man, whoever is responsible for that citrus company, says that he didn't kill any fish. Wow. What can go so? What can go so? It shows the lack of care and awareness from that company to make a statement like that. When you're talking about having no, they don't give a F type of energy about the environment, that's what I'm getting from that. Me personally, I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting that energy from them where that is concerned. The $11 million is too much? Bro, listen. Yo. And throughout all of this, the one commonality of this situation is Andrew Holness. This entity is under the Prime Minister's office. Like, I'm literally just seriously like looking at this story and I'm at a loss for words, ladies and gentlemen. How much more does the Jamaican public need for them to come to the conclusion that this man, Andrew Holness, like everything he's a part of, there's chaos. There's high levels of corruption and there's chaos. From money being missing, like there's trillions of dollars being missing from the Prime Minister's office. Trillions of dollars unaccounted for. I'm not saying billions, I'm saying trillions. This is a fact. Trillions of dollars missing. And then you have an environmental situation, and Nepa and the company come to a secret agreement without the consultation of the public. Who do you think the environment being violated affects the most? The public. Whoever lives in that region, they are the ones that are most affected by an environmental crisis. And so we have a government and a government agency that doesn't give a damn about what the public thinks. So they can go behind the public's back and do a secret agreement that even the judge can't know about. So they are superseding the law. They're superseding. Yo, listen, we're in trouble. I keep telling y'all, this is Mr. Unprecedented. Andrew Holness is Mr. Unprecedented. We have never seen nothing like this before. He keeps talking about the PMP and corruption. Yes, there's corruption in the PMP. There has been corruption. But the level that this man is operating, and all the agencies, the 19 different things under the Prime Minister's office, there's no comparison. He is in a league by his mother effing self. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Let's go to the article on let me go to the article on because this is wild, bro. I can't believe this. This is amazing. This is amazing. Let me get this reading from the Star. I have these already, ready so I could go and take a look at them. But this is amazing. I can't. Outrage as Nepa drops the Rio Nouveau oil. Well, rightfully so. The leading environmentalist group, Parliament Opposition, expressing National Environment Planning Agency decision to withdraw criminal charges. So this company, Tradewind Citrus, given their statement that they're made and the fact that Nepa came to a secret agreement which drops criminal charges, what do you think is going to happen in the future? Do you think that Nepa has learned their lesson? Do you think that they're going to operate in a manner that protects the environment to ensure that the environment is protected? I'll tell you my opinion. You could tell me yours in the comment section. Nope. I don't. I absolutely don't. You, listen, there has to be consequences for your actions. There has to be. The reason why it's more a situation where we need those consequences for their actions is because of the statements that Nepa made about, oh, I didn't kill any fish. What about the future? What about the damage that was done because of the oil spill leading into the future? It's not just about now. What about the long-term effects? Oh, do you give a F? And more importantly, why doesn't the Prime Minister's office give a F? See, this is where you grade your leaders. Because if I was the Prime Minister, I would make an example out of this company. I would let the people of Jamaica understand that we will not tolerate this. We're going to push for the full length of the law. Full length of the law, right? Now, Mr. Mark Golden made some comments. Shout out to Anissa Bell Rose. I saw it on her page, the comments he made to Nepa and this situation, and I totally agree. And I want to play those comments from Mr. Golden, right? Mr. Unprecedented, Andrew Holness. Lord have mercy. You can't make this up.
You cannot be and increase.
You can't make this up. Here we go. Okay, I'm right here. Interests of the public. Here we go.
Well, here's some more from the opposition leader and our people.
Within the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation is a clear conflict of interest, which is not serving the best interests of the public of Jamaica. Environmental protection needs to be independently pursued. It cannot be subordinated to short-term growth-inducing strategies. As long as it continues like that, this sort of thing will be allowed to happen because they will not be able to pursue with the necessary fixity of purpose and single-mindedness of purpose their statutory mandate. It will be compromised by the other prerogatives of the ministry in which they are located. It must be fixed.
Everyone.
No, ladies and gentlemen, I agree with Mr. Golden, Marky G. I want to take it a step further. We have had discussions recently about oil in Jamaica and gold and mining. Now, if this is a microcosm of a oil spill and what the Nepa will do, which doesn't benefit and stand for the public by striking a secret deal, that in itself tells you that the deal does not benefit what their mandate is, in my opinion. Because the fact that they're making it a secret tells me everything I need to know. Right? It's going to embarrass. Huh? No, I'm not seeing him. Him drive out. Drive out. No, I think I'm alone. I'm not sure. But it seems as if Nepa does not care, in my opinion, or it's like, I would say that Nepa is compromised. It's fully compromised because it's moving away from its mandate. So imagine we have the oil that Vaz is not here. Mr. Vazland, president, say there's no oil in Jamaica. Let us entertain the idea that oil is here and they're going to be mining oil soon. Can you imagine an oil spill happens in the ocean? The first thing is this, is the environment will be screwed royally because you're talking about underwater mining, right? Because according to where they're looking for this oil, that they say it's not there, it's in the region where the ocean is, in Jamaican territory, in it. So imagine, God forbid there's an oil spill. The environment is screwed, but then we're gonna take this company to court. And an entity like Nepa under HOLNESS is gonna strike a secret deal that benefits, obviously, the company that did the oil spill. Not caring enough about the ramifications of an oil spill in the long term that will affect every single Jamaican. It will affect fishery, obviously, right? It's gonna affect tourism, obviously. Just imagine, we cannot trust the national environmental, like, they are supposed to be protecting the environment and in essence protecting us. But you hit a secret deal with the company that violated the environment. Mistake or no mistake, entities like that have to operate with the highest level of integrity. There cannot be no compromise. There should be no deal done. They should anybody that violates, they should lay down the full length of the law. There needs to be something in the Constitution that protects us through those entities where there cannot be no negotiation or deal with any company that is in breach of violating the environment in that way. where it's clear that it's their mistake. Nepa is fully compromised. I think the office of the Prime Minister is compromised. I think the government of Jamaica that is ruling right now is compromised. Point blank, period. But let's go to Nationwide, ladies and gentlemen. And let's look at the article Nationwide. It says, Nepa chairman resigns. This is a scapegoat, ladies and gentlemen. Look. Nepa chairman resigns. Why the Prime Minister not resign? Doesn't the Prime Minister have a larger responsibility where this is concerned? This happened under his watch. This is one of the agencies of the 19 that is under the office of the Prime Minister. You would think that the leader of the country would take a higher stock, right? Some pride in this particular case. But then he's busy because he has his own case where he's under investigation for illicit enrichment. So I guess, you know, he needs to resign too, so we can have somebody to actually deal with these matters in the right and proper way so we don't have this situation. But let me play the audio from Nationwide so you guys can hear. Listen to this.
Minister Matthew Samuda says Weldon Madon tendered his resignation this morning and he accepted. In no uncertain terms, the Environment Minister says he's dissatisfied with how Nepa handled the matter.
But after meeting with the chairman of the NRCA, he tendered his resignation, and I wish to thank him for his service. But critically, we think it is absolutely important.
Pause. Why you thank him for his service? Why? Where's the honor in his service? Why would you thank him? You see what I mean?
Important that the country understands that this government is serious about protecting the NRCA, and we are.
So after thanking the person that resigned, that's supposed to be the scapegoat for having a secret agreement with the citrus company, right? You are going to tell us that you, the government, is serious. The entity that is under the Prime Minister's portfolio, in the office of the Prime Minister. You want to convince well-thinking Jamaicans, respectfully, Mr. Samuda, right? Meanwhile, your wife is the deputy director in the Observer. Yo, the optics of the Jamaica Labour Party in terms of just looking at them is like, man, the corruption, it's just too much. It's just too much.
And we are moving to ensure that all trade effluent discharge into the Rio Cobre ceases. We are working with all stakeholders to achieve this. Beyond that, the Prime Minister has directed that a river control authority be set up to ensure management.
So now, a river authority, Lord of mercy, mighty God of Daniel. Patch up work, reaction work. So no criminal charges, secret deal. And then this is unacceptable. Let me know one thing.
Of all of our natural assets, including our rivers.
The minister says while the December 2023 oil spill was largely contained to Tradewinds Citrus Limited's property, some seepage occurred into the Rio Cobre. However, the extent of the seepage was not significant enough to cause a fish kill or require an environmental impact assessment. In light of the foregoing, a determination was made by Nepa that there was no basis for compensation or extensive consultation with stakeholders. Minister Samuda says it's also worth noting that Tradewinds Citrus Limited assumed full responsibility for the cleanup and restoration efforts, which were conducted under the guidance of Nepa. The costs of these efforts greatly exceeded the fines stipulated under the Wildlife Protection Act. The matter went to mediation on October 2, 2024, and the resulting agreement was approved by the Nepa board on November 26. The minister says he understands valid concerns surrounding the care and protection of the Rio Cobre which is a unique and invaluable asset. He also says there's been valid expressions of concern regarding the inclusion of a non-disclosure agreement clause in the mediated settlement. He says NRCA, which oversees Nepa, has been directed to desist from including NDA clauses in future mediated agreements.
I wish to assure Jamaicans that the Jamaican...
Oh, so now they are gonna take away non-disclosure agreements in the future. Okay, I agree with that. I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
Government remains committed to the protection of the Rio Cobra. We wish to also state categorically that the government was not comfortable with the non-disclosure clause in a mediated settlement agreement related to a pollution incident which took place last year in the Rio Cobra. We have directed Nepa to waive their non-disclosure rights and to publish the agreement and the chronology related to the incident with urgency. That will happen this afternoon.
Siobhan Campbell.
So, what the office of the Prime Minister want to convince well-thinking Jamaicans of is that they were not aware of this non-disclosure agreement while this entity was operating in the office of the Prime Minister. How many of you, my Jamaican people, or even just people, because I have people from all over the world that watch me, right? And shout out to the people them all over the world. You want to tell well-thinking Jamaicans that the Prime Minister's office did not know, was not aware of a non-disclosure agreement? Man, stop the cap, bro. Stop the cap. This is what you call clean up, ladies and gentlemen. Clean up. All of the things they're addressing is what the public is outraged about. This is an election year. All right? So they don't want to do anything to piss off the public that is already pissed off already. Rose McIntosh, them take people for fool. Literally.
After meeting with the chairman of the NRCA, he tendered his resignation, and I wish to thank him for his service. But critically, we think it is absolutely important that the country understands that this government is serious about protecting the NRCA, and we are moving to ensure that all trade effluent discharge into the Rio Cobra ceases. We are working with all stakeholders to achieve. I wish to assure Jamaicans beyond that the Jamaican government remains committed to the protection of the Rio Cobra. We wish to also state categorically that the government was not comfortable with the non-disclosure clause in a...
So all right, so good. That word is very important. The government was not comfortable. That means that doesn't mean that they were not aware, you know. It means that they were aware, but them never comfortable. So what it take the government of Jamaica that this agency is under your Prime Minister's office? What it take the Prime Minister to make an executive decision and say, listen, we are not going to do this. This non-disclosure thing, the same action he's taking now, in removing the non-disclosure option. Why couldn't he remove it when he initially was uncomfortable? Why he did it after the people them have a problem with it? I hope y'all are paying attention to what I'm saying. And I hope y'all see the games that these people playing. All right? They playing in our faces. Shout out to my nigga Damn D. Damn D said, bruh, I don't like niggas playing in my faces, bruh. I don't like the government playing in my face. Period. Because this is BS. They had the power to remove the non-disclosure agreement option from the time they was uncomfortable, according to them, with the non-disclosure agreement. So why didn't they exercise their authority and say, yo, we ain't gonna do that. As a matter of fact, we're gonna remove that. You can't use that at all. Okay? Let the judicial process go through and let the chips fall where they may. So now we have somebody that resigned. Yo, you can't make this up. This is what you call taking one for the team. This man just took one for the team, ladies and gentlemen. This is some scapegoat-ish. All right? I'll tell you that right now. That's what that is. Scapegoat-ish. Man, oh man, boy. Man, oh man. I can't believe this, boy. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. What I'm looking at right now with this thing. Let me see what the Star has to say. Let me see what the Star has to say. It was unexpectedly dropped. I understand that. Shadow Minister of Environment and Ecology Heritage, Senator Sophia Fraser-Binns, is questioning the reason behind the withdrawal and demanding that the terms of the settlement be made public. We are deeply concerned that the basis of this decision remains unknown, especially to the residents of the Bagwag. Yes, Mr. General. Well, we can't go back more. We can't go back more. Do your thing still. Do your thing. Yeah. Man, oh man, this is so I had a lot of questions for the Prime Minister, but after looking at this, one of the questions that I had was, were you aware? But based off what I'm reading, the office of the Prime Minister was aware, but they were uncomfortable with the secret agreement, the NDA. And we also know that they had the power to remove the NDA, which they now have, but it's a little bit too late, isn't it? Why is the government so reactive? Why aren't they proactive? Say, for instance, that this didn't make the news. Do you think that the government would have touched on this case and go, listen, this happened in my office and I'm not comfortable with it? You know what I'm saying? Do you believe, ladies and gentlemen, that the Prime Minister would literally have said, nah, yeah, this ain't it. This is not it. We need to do something about this. Do you think that the office of the Prime Minister, do you think you would have heard a statement from Matthew Samuda about this if it wasn't mainstream news and everybody was talking about it? Do you believe that would have happened? I'll tell you what I think. I don't believe that would have touched. They would have touched this. They wouldn't have said nothing. This would have just went away without us knowing about it. And then you got to ask yourself, how can you trust a government that operates in this manner? How? How, Sway? Please. But let's get to this part right here, because shout out to Mystic Sensation. Yo, he had a lot to say, man, and we gonna get into it. Yo, wait, listen, we gonna get into it, ladies and gentlemen. We gonna get into it. Let me just fast forward this. Oh, we gotta play that part. Lord have mercy. We gotta play that part. We gotta play this part, because see, this is the mandate from the Prime Minister. He's the one that said this. Listen to this. I don't know if I could play the music. With the listen to this.
I don't want you come to do that foolishness, you know. You elect a Prime Minister, and is a Prime Minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want the right stand that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable. And stop making excuses for them.
Labour right, you hear that? On the Prime Minister of Jamaica say, him don't want to know. But Jenna, him say him don't want to know make excuses for the leadership that is in government. Two of them. Can bring them two cup. Give my boy for me now. Tall man. You see him one them, yeah. Yeah, so imagine your prime minister tell you that. Say, you don't hold the government accountable, you don't want to hear that. So when him in a power now, what you expect? Him a hold on to the task for say, do the right thing. So labor rights, you do the right thing. Do you guys even care about this environmental issue? Oh, so because a bag walker, you don't live there. You don't care. And me just ask, because I know say someone no really not care. Because you don't live there, you don't care. Environment is a funny thing, you know. You don't know how far the effects of the environment can stretch. You understand what I say? You really don't know how far it can stretch. Because I remember so we travel, we go all about the place now. We go town, Moby all about, you know. You feel what I say? And this oil spill, the effects of it might reach your tummy. And the next thing you know, you're looking like a dummy. You understand what I say? Because you never mindful say a local situation happen there so in the Bagua Gorge. Zine, and you go probably consume something where you shouldn't consume. You feel me I deal with? It's so funny how the environment works. So if the environment is affected anywhere in Jamaica or in our shores, I want you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that it affects all of us. All right? If the people in a certain community in Jamaica is being oppressed by the government, it affects all of us. Because if they can do it to that community, they can do it to us in this community as well. So I don't understand why people think the plight of other Jamaicans all around the island, we are separate and apart from it. No, we are not. Boss, we some movements. See, we're not separate and apart from it. How much was the cost for the cleanup? Although no fish died. Me no respect. Me no really want to hear about no fish no dying. Me no really want to hear about that. To tell you the truth. What about fish ever growing there again? Did they even measure that possibility of damage? Did they even measure that? You know what I mean? Just saying that no fish never died is like, oh yeah man, you know say Ray, but sure, that ain't nothing. That is a callous. Hold on. That is a callous type of attitude you have with an environmental situation like this. Yeah man, blessings. It says a lot about the company, the citrus company. With them name Wintrust, it says a lot about them. Right? But make we hear where the general has say.
Television land, happy Friday for coming those in. Sam, I want to say that we really appreciate. And it goes to say that, of course, the people are listening, the people are tuning in, and the people, of course, they are now making an informed decision, right? And of course, based on the last result that we had seen, right, where we had taken those two seats locally speaking, right? And so then, of course, we are stronger, right, as it relates to local government. However, people, let me say this. What we have been witness as it relates to the Andrew HOLNESS-led administration, and they say criminality
right, that is unprecedented as it relates to this particular administration.
And this is why the thumbnail is what it is. Andrew HOLNESS, Mr. Unprecedented. I mean, he is leading the pack in all the wrong ways. Let's continue.
The level of criminality is just not normal. Never in the history of our politics. And I'm not saying that we don't have corrupted situations prior to an Andrew HOLNESS administration. But what? This is on a whole new level with the Andrew HOLNESS administration, right, from 2016, right, until we speak today, right? The level of corruption just permeated through the length and breadth of Jamaica. I mean, through the government of Jamaica, right? Corporate. It just seems like, this administration wants to normalize. I can't put it in a letter than to say that the Andrew HOLNESS administration, right, wanted to normalize corruption. So then, let us start, of course, with.
Want to think about that? Want to think say let us be frank. The way how this government is operating, do you think that their efforts is one where they're trying to normalize corruption? Do you guys think that is an unfair statement, or do you guys think that is a fair statement? Let me know in the comment section.
Under this administration, it is just sickening. It is disgraceful, right? It is, to say the least, despicable. And for persons who are supporting the Jamaica Labour Party, if they can't see it, then it doesn't make sense. You understand? We try to show them, right? Because apparently they would have no hook, line, and sinker, right, as it relates to the level of corruption that is taking place. Now let us get into, right, our first clip, right, where you have it as pinky business, where it says, so everybody turning chopper. That is the headline of this clip. So everybody turning chopper, just like the Prime Minister. So much disgrace in this government. Jamaica need a change.
1 second, guys. Un momento, guys. All right, back to the program, guys. We're up on the road, so we are doing thing, don't? Yes, so check this out.
As it relates to what I just stated. There's a major fraud investigation. Let us start it over and share that because we want to.
Listen up.
Local officers, supported by the Jamaica Constabulary Force, are carrying out what's being described as a major fraud investigation at a government entity. We can now confirm that government entity is the Heart NSTA Trust, and the officers are at this hour seized.
Pause. We come here to talk about Nepa still, But may I show you, see Mocha thing, they're right in the same alley. Because now we are talking about multiple amount of millions of dollars. And the corruption is Mr. Unprecedented we are talking about, ladies and gentlemen. What can go so...
items and arrests are expected in relation to the probe.
Where go?
It's being carried out at the Hart location in Montego Bay and also in Portmore. Mocha officers, as I said, are being supported by the JCF as they're carrying out what they're describing as a major fraud investigation. And they're now at this hour carrying out search and seizure operations, and they expect that people will be arrested. So we can confirm that this major fraud investigation, the government entity is the Hart NSTA Trust. We've confirmed that with the Director of Communications at Mocha, Major Basil Jarrett, and the investigation is being carried out at the Montego Bay location and the Portmore location of Hart. Before 5 this morning, the officers of Mocha, assisted by the JCF, swooped in, and they're carrying out search and seizure operations, and they confirm that they expect that arrests will be made. We'll be joined by Major Jarrett at about 7:45. As you can imagine, he's trying to stay on top of what's happening right now. This operation was launched just about 2 hours ago, 5 in the morning, and they are now carrying out search and seizure operations, and they expect that arrests.
We have to clean up Jamaica. Marky G make one of the most profound soundbite them. A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also. And this we are witnessing. I trust. Brother, yo.
My Jamaican people, have you heard that? Right?
Jaja.
Government entity. No surprise there. At this point, no surprise.
No surprise. Hold on there.
Just imagine. Just imagine. Just look back. I want Jamaican people.
Hold on there, people.
2015. We have this.
People, just give me a second there. Oh shit. I'm seeing that frame a while ago. I don't want a $2 my general. Oh, sorry. Yeah, man. Big up yourself. Need anything else? No good? Alright, back to this people. Watch out now.
When we have this, so-called brilliant HOLNESS, right? Young and electrifying, and I'm speaking about good governance and identifying all the wrongs that he claimed that the People's National Party, right, have been doing, right? And at the time was such a forceful opposition, right? And when you go back in history and see how HOLNESS came across and to what we have now, revealing, right, from the award of contract when he was in the Minister of National, when he was in the Ministry of Education, right, from straight down to SSL, right, all sort of background, some of which we are going to touch tonight. It's just amazing, people, right? This is the HOLNESS-led administration, and guess what, people? They are seeking a third term. And saying to us that, look, we don't need to highlight the illicit 7, because of course we know that HOLNESS out there already, right? So we want to know about the other 7. And so then...
What one for next 7? I wonder if I court case I slow it down. We can't wait for December 6. I can't wait for December 6th, I swear.
Is now a lot of destruction, right? And wanted the Jamaican people to give, right? The illicit aid, all of them, an opportunity of a third term. But let me tell you something, Andrew, want to say, you mind, you your mental. Now tonight we are going to get into some other issues just to expose the type of administration that we are dealing with. It's sickening. And we have to call a spade and the ability for us, you understand, to transcend ourselves, right?
No, you want to party with me, man, but me I work here.
The truth in front of us.
Big up yourself.
Many of us today in Jamaica, that is what is wrong with us, right? We see color first, we see party first, and we put party over Jamaica, right? And we don't call out a spade. That is the PNP wrong, right? Identify where the PNP, right, goes wrong. And if the Jamaica Labour Party wrong, identify where the Jamaica Labour Party.
And that is what we need. We need honest patriots. Because sometimes them get it wrong. Sometimes the PNP get it wrong. You understand? But what I notice about diehard people is that them cannot admit this. Whether upon the PNP or JLP side, them cannot admit, say, you know, we get it wrong, brother. We make a mistake. You say, me I deal with this never did happen. And we have to learn from this so this never happen again. We don't see that in the Jamaica Labour Party presently right now. We have a government that, you know, them put out narratives out there and them put out false narratives. Them put out propaganda instead of actually taking accountability for them actions. Zine, between Mocha and Nepa, between what Mocha deal with right now and Nepa, them two incidents there, alone. Yeah, listen, everything about this government are just them set for disaster, you know. Everything they touch is disaster. Them say the crime rate is 17% down. You know how long them say that? I see from them say it, guess what crime rate I do? From them I tell you say crime rate they down 17%, and this is crime rate I do. All the way up, like blouse and skirt the song. I'm all the way up. 44 people murdered in a 1 week. 44. And then after that week, there, couple other massacre go on where 5 people get murdered in a 1 day. 5 people. Everything we then touch is a destruction. Broad road. You know why? Because them not operate under God. Them operate under all different type of evil. Period. Where them I go? Big up a birthday girl still, but
I am not coming here to say that there is no corruption, right?
big up a birthday girl, but Jano. Go in a cup, baby.
Right? But we all have to come to grips. And let us speak truth to power.
Yes.
Let us speak truth to power.
Let's do it.
We have a judiciary system, right? One which I confirm that the judiciary is solid, or jurisprudence is solid, right? And you are going to tell me that within the history of the politics from 1954 until now, as we speak, JLP, who is calling out PNP corruption, and I'm not saying that PNP doesn't have any corruption, but what I'm saying, JLP, who have been, right, for the whole 10 years, calling out PNP corruption, and totally unable, right, to put a People's National Party member of parliament through the judiciary, right, for corruption. Now let's just look on the other side, people, let us reason with facts.
No, that are one good point, you know. That are one very good point. Zine, you call out the PNP for corruption, but you never prosecute one somebody out of PNP for corruption. Not even close. Right now, Andrew on a situation surpass every other PNP member where they say did in a corruption. Not saying they're not guilty of nothing, you know. But you see load that way him theme thing look like right now. Surpass all of them the people there. Right now, the man possibly gonna get charged for money laundering. Possibly. Keyword, possibly. That don't mean say me I say him guilty, you know. Me say possibly. Possibly Andrew Holness are gonna get charged for illicit enrichment, obviously. Amongst many other things we have to deal with money laundering. Zine, whole heap of different corruption come under money laundering. You feel me I deal with who is he possibly laundering money for? And laundering of money are usually criminals. What criminals could he possibly be? This is possible, this is hypothetical, this is not real. I'm saying, based off the evidence of the lack of statutory declaration of Andrew Holness, is it possible? All of these things that I'm mentioning, right? Oh, so much of them owning one car. What if a girl that, you know, about 14 of them, Jaja. Is it possible? Right? Let's get back to the clip.
Let us reason with facts. The PNP, on the other hand, democratic socialism that I am a part of, and proud to say I am a democratic socialist. I am saying, why? Why the Jamaica Labour Party, right?
Guys,
Generating the evidence. Come forward.
Guys, tap the screen 2 times if you want to hit the like button. If you're watching from your phone, it's like TikTok. This is YouTube vertical or virtual or whatever they want to call it, vertical. So you gotta tap the screen 2 times with your finger, baba, like TikTok to hit the like button. All right, just baba.
With the evidence, right, and put a People's National Party member of Parliament, right, show the judiciary for corruption, right. So then now we have to speak truth to term. Since they can't do that, we have to hold what we know, right, is facts. And so then the facts established in court records, the facts established in the media, the facts established in all sorts of reports, fighting at the Jamaica Labour Party. From 1954 until now, we have more than 7 members of Parliament, right, put through the judiciary, right, and prosecuted. Yes, Jamaica, prosecuted. So then let us look at the figure. We are talking about 7 for none. 7 Jamaica Labour Party being prosecuted, and Jamaica, let me say this, Jamaica. The amount of scandal that Andrew Holness-led administration is unprecedented.
Unprecedented.
Coming from the history of the politics.
Unprecedented. This is the key word, guys. Him never tell a lie. Listen.
Unprecedented. And if we are to take on Andrew Holness administration, and we are Andrew Holness administration, right, separate itself from interfering with the criminal justice system.
Then I preach you in a while ago.
The process.
They're on the live still, but then I preach
You are going to see more than 7 of them lined up right now within the space of the judiciary to also be prosecuted. So you tell me, Andrew Holness administration alone had captured more than the number of persons, right, that prosecuted on the JP side. His administration alone, based on investigation as it relates to the IC and other pending investigation to come. It's a crime shame. It's a crime shame.
Yeah, I'm shame, yes.
Right? And so then we have to speak truth to term and take out the politics. Right? It is just not good. Not good for good governance. Andrew Holness policies again in terms of Section 53, Subsection 3, the Muslim Act, right, goes to show you the reason as to why Andrew Holness want to put muzzle over the mouth of the Integrity Commission investigator.
No, that is a key thing. The muzzle thing, yo, me nah lie. That show you the exposure. First you muzzle them and now you sue them to take them down so they don't have no power. Make that make sense. Where Rosa say SSL had a scapegoat and now it's Nepa. Me I tell you. Scapegoat after scapegoat.
It goes to show you that Andrew Holness again, right? Block the impeachment bill that Mark Bowling drafted. Let us beat people. It goes to show you again that Andrew Holness has played to good governance. Influenced his members of parliament not to sign the code of conduct. Again, unprecedented. Unprecedented. Has never done before. Apart from that, coupled with that, Andrew Holness again involved in all sort of bung around where the corruption is.
Concern.
It just seems like there's no corruption can escape Andrew Holness himself.
Exactly. Because you talk about the officer prime minister where these entities are operate. Zine. And it does not look good. The optics of it don't look good. Coupled with the facts him under investigation for illicit enrichment. And him can't declare him assets. Come on, man. A 1-on-1, 1 plus 1 or 2, man. A 1-on-1 or 11.
One of the reasons why you have 19 agencies, right, under his portfolio. Again, let me say this, people. Unprecedented. So you notice.
No. 19 agencies under film office. What can go so 19 outside?
That this word unprecedented, right, is now working now along with Andrew, right? Because again, breaking the norms and standard operating procedure.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
This man again, so many times challenged the Constitution, right? Where they put him in court, and again, unprecedented. He has not won.
This government have violated most constitutional law as far as me see any government ever in the history of Jamaica. Whether knowingly or unknowingly, them violate the most constitutional law. And the Constitution is there to protect the people of Jamaica. So why is the government that is there to protect us, that are part of their mandate, right? To protect our best interests. Why is it that that government is violating so much of the constitutional laws? Will make that make sense?
He has not won, not even one of the cases, one of the many cases that he put through the judiciary. Goes to show you that, sir, you are wrong. Right? You are wrong in terms of making many attempts to rape the Constitution. What sort of administration that you are running? It's obvious for the Jamaican people now to call your politics, right, political scammers. Because that is what now your administration defines. I mean, your administration, Mr. Holness, permeated with corruption. Now we have few months leave for the general election. And my God, Andrew, not even a breathing space like that. Few more months leave. And you cannot have a firm grip to fix up
$2.
your moral base, man. Your moral bankrupt. You're ethical. So then let us go into some of what we are talking about and show the Jamaican people.
They are security force.
Andrew, I think that, Andrew, honest, let me speak the truth. Let me speak the truth to power. I honestly believe, Andrew, that you don't get it. I don't think you get it that the Jamaican people don't get it. Just like, out of the 28 accounts, you use 14 of your accounts in Morocco. 14. Right? Factor the billions of dollars they drop in one day. Right? To catch up and win the local government election. And yet nasty. But that goes to show you. Let me try to do the maths, but that goes to show you. The people out with you.
As I talk about the local government election, Byron. So people, what do you think about the situation with the mayor? Right? The man them win the 2 municipalities them, which means that them have the majority for that area there. So under the law, right, are them supposed to operate and choose which mayor them want. And the JLP is like every single law them oppose. You ever notice that? When it comes to them following the law, if you have anything to do with them giving up power, them not depend that, you know. Who noticed that?
Regardless of the billions of dollars that you're spending, the people know you. The people have you as a political artist.
Damn.
Right? And we're going to show the people again the other bangarang that you're involved with. Andrew, there is no corruption that has taken place. And Andrew, you don't know about it. Right? If I egg you in at the red. My God, man. My God. Show some morals, man. Right? It's bad, man.
Yo, it bad for true. It bad for true, but here we go on, people. They were not uncomfortable. They were hoping to move past it because no one would notice. I believe so too. Ladies and gentlemen, may I say right now, so we need to form a petition online for ask Andrew Holness. No, not ask, demand him to resign immediately. We now wait on December 6th. No man, him need to lift up, man. Andrew Holness need to lift up from out of House of Parliament in a real life. It really, really bad. It gone to one place now. You ever pile up cabbage? You ever put cabbage in our rubbish baguette? And the liquid of fire supported that's it bust the bag. You ever smell that? Rotten cabbage. When it turn liquid. I saw Andrew Holness government corruption smell like rotten cabbage. Unprecedented, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's what we are see. So here we go on now. I and I batch around low now. So I have to end our life. Zane. So I want to just like and share the video. Going through the door if you haven't already. Zane, we're going to talk more about this tomorrow, you know, because that topic here is very, very serious. I may never get to touch upon it. And through me there home, I can to deep dive, like I'm more of a deep dive. So, if energy and life permits me, later on, in the morning, probably about 11 o'clock or so, we'll go live and we'll go deep dive into that topic. You see, on good people, don't need anything, any smokes, any gum? Good? Alright. Yeah, man, we'll go deep dive into that topic, yeah, man. For real, man. No joke. You know, sometime, boy, man, I tell you. Sometimes some things that, man, this is off topic, this has nothing to do with the topic, but it's like you can see some women where I walk with them, obviously somebody with them engage with and talk to. And them just as them stare upon you, so, and I go so. And when them a pass and can't see again, them a look back upon you. And them a walk side of them see, whoever them attack to, you know, you can clearly see. So that, you understand? I just find it amazing. I just find it amazing because you are going now. And the respect. The respect for yourself and respect for whoever you walk with. Zane. But mostly respect for yourself. Because say for instance the person we walk with a one piece of ish. Why you walk with them? Why you engage with them? So then again that show your character, don't Zane. But then even if them a piece of ish, you don't have to be a piece of ish with them. Don't. But then again, when you look upon it, you know, if you're in a sin, you're just in a sin, though. So, the rules, no really, you know, there's no rules, pretty much. But like I said, definitely need to talk more about this. And I'm going to be actively searching for more information to bring to the table where this is concerned. And we're going to talk about it. Alright? Bless upon yourself. Having yourself a good night, a good morning. I think in England right now it's 7 a.m. On the shots. All of my English people to big up on yourself. Especially knowing so no might catch all the replay. Don't forget, hit the like button, guys, going out. Zane. Yeah, that is it. Blessings. Follow all of my platform, BOLO V&R, BOLO V&R 2.0 and BOLO V&R clips. It's your brother Bolo. Look, come on, Zin.